Today, President Trump will honor Charlie Kirk with the Medal of Freedom Award. It's the highest civilian honor on what would have been Charlie's 32nd birthday.
What is so important to our country is to find our disagreements respectfully, because when people stop talking, that's when violence happens. You need the diversity ideas, and you need to be able to challenge your viewpoint around a broader theme of freedom. That really is okay to have that sort of discussion.
Standing up against injustice. The most masculine thing you can do is stand up against the injustice and the suffering of others.
The campuses will hold the key to Western civilization. I truly believe that, and I know that I'm going to be fighting with every ounce that I have to save the greatest country ever to exist.
And expected at the White House ceremony alongside Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica, will be Charlie's good friend and his colleague, Tyler Boyer. He is Turning Point's COO, and he joins us now. Tyler, thank you so much for coming on. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thanks for having me, Ainsley. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You were the COO. You have been for the last 11 years, longest tenured employee of Turning Point USA. Charlie would have been 32 today. You know, his little kids should have been jumping on him in the bed, and Erica bringing him breakfast in bed and having a family day together, but that's not going to happen. It is an important day because it's the day of his birth. It's the day that Charlie Kirk was born, and his life made such an impact in a short 31 years. Talk about the Charlie Kirk effect and what you've seen.
You know, it's been quite the ride since I met Charlie Kirk that many years ago. A young guy who was the most brilliant speaker that I had ever met, could really capture a room within moments and change hearts and minds. And I saw that on a face-to-face basis with every college kid that he had ever met when we were on campus, to every major investor in Turning Point, to you know, the president himself throughout the years. And as we celebrate him today at the White House, those are the stories that we're going to hear. Those are the stories we're going to tell each other.
Yeah, I mean, y'all really grew together as men and helped this organization grow for everyone around the country. Erica will accept the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The president announced shortly after his death that he would be awarding him. Look at this beautiful picture of their family. It's the highest civilian honor. What's your reaction?
Yeah, it's well deserved. Again, it's an emotional moment because we know how deserved it is. But you know, obviously not having our friend there is going to be something I think that will be tough. It's, you know, watching Erica and the strength that she has as she's taking on, you know, raising her family by herself and putting the entire organization of Turning Point on her back has been just something just to really awe at. Her strength is pretty incredible to persevere. And so as we celebrate Charlie's life today and on his birthday, I think that we're going to be able to look to one another and, you know, hopefully feel him with us as he receives this very special award from the president.
Yeah, well, our thoughts, our prayers are with you, Tyler. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit of your story with us. God bless you.
Powerful voices trying to silence truth and punish dissent, and yes, weaponize justice for political gain. We are witnessing the fraying of our democracy, the erosion of our system of government, and I will not bow, I will not break, I will not bend, I will not capitulate, I will not give in, I will not give up.
Republican National Committee Senior Advisor Danielle Alvarez joins me now. Danielle, quite a juxtaposition yesterday. Donald Trump delivering peace to the Middle East and Letitia James delivering that. Your thoughts?
You know, just when you think Democrats can't go lower, they continue to scrape the bottom of the barrel with Zohran Mamdani and Letitia James. The reality is that she is corrupt, she is a fraudster, and she is an embarrassment to New York City and the great state of New York. She spent her entire campaign talking about how she was going to go after Donald Trump. Of course, those charges were absolutely false. They were thrown away by an appellate court. But here she is having been brought charges against her by a grand jury. And that embarrassing display yesterday, as you mentioned, in contrast to Donald Trump, who is a true leader, who has brought peace to the Middle East, releasing the living hostages, Israeli hostages from Hamas, looking to continue to have conversations to make sure for the second time, he did it in his first administration with the Abraham Accords, for the second time, bring peace to this region that has been long needed.
That said, just hours before those final hostages were released, Zohran Mamdani was actually raising money for UNRWA. That's a UN organization we are well familiar with that actually, it's well documented, employed October 7th terrorists. Yet all the polls still indicate he's likely to become the mayor of America's largest city. Danielle, your thoughts?
You know, I think it's incredibly unfortunate. His platform, he completely identifies as a socialist Democrat. I think that you're going to see a mass exodus from New York City. I am from the Sunshine State, from the great state of Florida. So I invite New Yorkers to come to Florida. Don't bring your politics, but please come to Florida. We're a great conservative state, because Zohran Mamdani is going to be a disaster for New York City. He's talking about governments being in charge of supermarkets. He's talking about rent control, and he's talking about the very socialist platform that has been implemented all across Latin America that has devastated South America and Latin America.
Yeah, I think one could say, Zohran, read the room, but I think that's the whole point. He doesn't care. This is not his view of the world. And on a day like we saw yesterday, I think that should concern not only every New Yorker, but every single American. Broadening this out for a moment, President Obama scolding Hispanic voters, waving the finger that supported President Trump in 2024 over inflation concerns. Listen to this.
If you are a Hispanic man and you're frustrated about inflation, and so you decided, you know what, all that rhetoric about Trump doesn't matter. I'm just mad about inflation. And now, you know, your sons are being stopped in L.A. because they look Latino. That's a test.
Danielle, I am not the political expert here. That's you. Do comments like that actually help Democrats win back more of the Latino vote? You know, those condescending, scolding comments?
Absolutely not. And here is the proof. During the campaign, he scolded black men, and that certainly didn't help the Democrat Party. Now he's come out again and he's scolding Hispanic men. You know, the former president is completely out of touch. His party failed the American people, and that is why President Trump won in historic fashion, and he performed better among these diverse groups than any Republican had in the past. And what we know is that Hispanics overall support President Trump's agenda, whether it's being tough on crime, whether it's securing the border, or whether it's his economic policies. Hispanics are better off. They were better off during the first term, and they are certainly better off in President Trump's current administration as a result of President Trump's success.
Danielle, we got a lot in there. Thanks for joining us here on a busy Tuesday morning. We appreciate it. Thanks so much.